Andrew Leung, who's an international and independent China strategist, and he joins us live from Hong Kong. Welcome to the programme. Andrew, first of all, your reaction to the prison sentences handed down to these three activists in Hong Kong?
Well, it's not unexpected, of course, because these three openly admitted their commission of this crime as charged. But anyway, the charges are only for unlawful assembly in violation of certain parts of the law in Hong Kong. But also behind this is their very active part, even though not a formal leader, but at least the spiritual leader of this massive rebellious movement, which ground Hong Kong law and order to a halt. And also challenging Beijing's authority openly in Hong Kong, including and leading the kind of surrounding the police stations, which led to the throwing of firebombs and destruction of public utilities, as well as a certain amount of lynching in the street. So there is no way that Beijing would allow this with open arms. And that led to the imposition by Beijing of the national security law. So I think that you've got to see the whole thing in this proper perspective. And also, while this is the movement is demanding more democracy, but let's not forget that under the basic law, which is Hong Kong's constitution, on the handover of Hong Kong, universal suffrage was not included in the joint declaration with Britain, but it was nevertheless included in the basic law by Beijing on Beijing's initiative. But then the condition is that the candidates must be pre-screened, because there's no way that Beijing will allow a free-for-all in the governance of Hong Kong. But that universal suffrage package was openly rejected. Okay. And so what the movement is demanding now is something outside the basic law. And they're even promoting Hong Kong's independence. So that's what you can understand why Beijing is so worried about this, which led to the introduction of the national security law. Now, these three have openly admitted their commission of the crime, so it's natural that they need to be charged. But if you ask me, the sentencing are not particularly draconian.
Indeed, well, they had faced up to 3 years in prison. Why do you think they were given much less?
Well, I think it's not. It's of course up to the courts to decide. In spite of the national security law, the Hong Kong judiciary has been acting quite independently, even after the introduction of national security law. For example, and in recent verdicts, they ruled against the police force in recent cases during the past couple of weeks. But of course, they've got to abide by the law. If violation of the law was openly admitted and committed, naturally, there would be appropriate sentencing.
Andrew Leung, thank you so much for joining us, international and independent China strategist. Appreciate it.